Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel, and today I am going to be talking to you about my very first book haul of January 2023. Now, I know it's not quite the end of the month, but I have managed to secure 17 books in January. To be clear, some of these are book boxes, so I've got one from December and then, no, two from December even, two from January and one from February. So I will tell you which ones they are, but this is my first book haul because why not? So let's just get started. I'm already out of breath because I held them for like a couple of seconds and it wasn't even all of them. So I'm just going to reach behind me. The first book I got was the December Twisted Retreat book box, which I have done a full unboxing for. So if you haven't seen that, click on the little card thingy and you'll be able to see it. But this is a vampire horror, I think. I don't actually know, but it's a post-apocalyptic future and it looks really cool, and the sprayed edge is one of my favourite sprayed edges I've seen in a while. The stenciled edge and also under the dust jacket is beautiful. Unfortunately, this is my last Twisted Retreat book because it's just too expensive to justify keeping. It's like 75 quid each month for the box and I don't have that money. So this one, as much as I love the editions they do, this one and this one, these are the two books I have. They're both absolutely, don't drop it, stunning, and I'm excited for both of these. So I am sad that I can't get another book box from them. Well, I may do in the future, but if you haven't checked them out, check them out in the link down below. They're amazing. Now for a couple of books that were unhauled to me. All of these were from Hannah from Ledette M, but technically this first one is The Luminaries by Susan Dennard. This is an ARC copy. Now this was unhauled to Hannah through Olivia from Olivia's Catastrophe, and Hannah already has a copy of the finished copy, so she asked me if I'd like this, and I said, hell yeah, I love an ARC, and I personally think this is one of the prettiest ARCs. Very shiny. I am excited to get to this one. I know nothing like it. I know nothing about it. Nothing like it. I think this is a Dark Academia. I could be wrong, but I'm almost 100% certain. Next up is Pizza Girl by Jean Kyong. I'm sorry if I have completely butchered that name. But this is a contemporary, but I think it is... Hannah pitched it to me saying that she'd think I'd like it because it's wild. So again, I don't know what this is about. I do think this will be fun. From what Hannah has said, I think I like books that kind of are a little bit without a plot. So I really like things like Ghosted, and I liked Cold Boys Wood. Both of those are just vibes, and I feel like this may be similar. Let me know down in the comments down below if I've got that completely wrong. I won't be offended, and let me know what your thoughts on it was. The next one is Beyond the Black Door by A.M. Strickland. Now, I know nothing about this book. Hannah said she liked it, but not enough to keep it. I think she gave it 3 stars. She read this in one of the start to finish sprints that she does every month on her channel. I adored In the Ravenous Dark, which was also by A.M. Strickland, and I just really liked the writing style of that book. I don't think this has got anything to do with this. From the cover, it gives me Lock and Key vibes, and I haven't read the graphic novels for those, I've just seen the Netflix show. But I am extremely interested in this book. I think it's a portal fantasy, and those are like my favourites. So I'm excited for this. The last book Hannah was unhauling is a book I wanted from the beginning, and that is Teapolo Blue by James Cahill. Again, I'm terrible at pronouncing names, but this is a Dark Academia for sure, and I didn't want this for the plot. Like, I literally don't know the blurb for this book. I think this will be an extremely pretentious book, as many Dark Academias are. I wanted this book. I mean, 1, look at those end papers, but 2, more importantly, ain't that stunning? If I had room on my shelves, this would be being displayed, but I don't, so I'm actually really happy that Hannah isn't hauling this because it means I can have it on my shelves. I'm also pretty sure this is LGBTQ+. I'm pretty sure it is. It's set in Cambridge in 1994. Love that. I then also picked up Way of Kings Part 2. Now, I also wanted to get Way of Kings Part 1, but it is currently out of stock, but Hannah has ordered it for me from Waypoint. But I wanted this particular edition because I have Words of Radiance Part 1 and Part 2, and I own Way of Kings as a like bind up, and I wanted Part 1 and Part 2 because those editions I personally prefer more. I thought I wouldn't because I didn't like having 2 books, but then if you split it into 2, you get 2 books on your Goodreads. So, cheating the system? Maybe? Also from Waypoint, I got Frozen Charlotte by Alex Bell. This was the YA book club pick for January, which is the book club run by Amy McCall. So it's a fantastic book club, all things YA. They do different genres. So February is going to be fantasy. I'm sure they've announced the book. I just can't remember which book that's going to be, but this was the January book. This is a horror book. So this is about a young girl, Sophie, and her best friend dies in this strange, mysterious accident, which is in the first chapter. Okay, this happens like pretty much immediately, so it's not a spoiler. And she goes and visits her family in Scotland while her parents go to like San Francisco or something. And it's really dark, and there's mentions of like animal death as if it's like nothing. Like it's really casual, like just thrown into conversation quite a few times. But basically, there are these dolls in the house called Frozen Charlotte dolls, which apparently are a real thing, and that's just really disturbing. But these Frozen Charlotte dolls were from before the house was a house. It used to be an old schoolhouse, and there was mysterious deaths and accidents back then, and it's kind of like through history. And yeah, it's a lot. So I mean, if that intrigues you, go ahead, but definitely 100% make sure you look up content warnings, because if you can think about it, if you have a content warning in mind, it's probably in here. So next up are the Lunar Library Book Club picks for January and February. I've only opened January. I won't be opening February's until February the 1st because that's what I'd like. So the Lunar Library is run over on Discord. It used to be the Lunar Book Club, but it's been rebranded, so it's all gothic fiction, which, let's be honest, I love. So January's pick is The Ghost Locket by Alison Rushby. This is a middle grade ghost story. I think it's supposed to be set at Christmas, but I mean, I think this is going to be lovely. It's short. I think I'm going to speed run through this, and it's lovely. And I received this in January. It's great because I live with Hannah, so I get everything like sooner than everyone else because I'm here on delivery day. Which is also really dangerous for one's wallet, so don't get too jealous. But I also got February's, so I don't know what this is. I can't tell you. This is a mystery to me too. I can't even remember which subgenre it is, so I'm really sorry. That's terrible of me. But I'm excited to get to this one, not gonna lie. I love a mystery book, and Hannah has chosen it, and generally she's chosen some good ones. Generally. I've been wanting to try this particular author for a while, and I've been put off by some like negative or like lukewarm reviews. So there are there's 2 books on here that I've got by the same author, and I have picked up Horror Store by Grady Hendrix. Now Grady Hendrix, I've heard things negative and also really positive. And I'm a Stephen Graham Jones fan. And I know usually those two don't mix, but I don't know, maybe we do. But the reason I'm interested in Horror Store is because it looks like an IKEA catalogue. And, like, that's intriguing. Like, that's so intriguing, and it's so clever. And I've been looking for this for ages, but, like, nowhere has had it in stock. So, luckily, Hannah came in clutch, Waypoint came in clutch, and they had a copy, so they sent it, well, Hannah got it sent to us, and yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I'm so excited. I love going to IKEA, so I'm hoping this doesn't change that, but yeah, I think they're trapped in like an IKEA-like store. I'm pretty sure it's something like that. And yeah, we'll see what I think of this as my first step into Grady Hendrix's world. So, actually, Horror Store was one of my Waypoint Books full moon book box subscription picks. So Hannah runs on Waypoint a book subscription service where you can either get 1 or 2 books. One that she will send to you and recommend to you, and the second one you'll pick, or whatever. Now, I couldn't really decide on December. These are December's picks. I just was like, I don't know. I really don't know what I want kind of thing. So she picked both of these. That I'm really happy for. And the second one is Hollow. by a few people. This is a graphic novel, and it's a Sleepy Hollow retelling, and the artwork looks adorable. So I'm really excited for this. I really enjoy Sleepy Hollow as a story. I haven't read the original in like years. I'm not going to. Shoot me. I really like the film. It's a cult classic for me. And my favourite book, one of my favourite books from last year was Horseman by Christina Henry, and that is a Sleepy Hollow retelling. And I love a graphic novel. I want more graphic novels. This is by the same creators that did Misfit City, which I read last year, and that was just as adorable, and I loved the artwork for that too. So that's all I can really tell you, is that it's a modern day Sleepy Hollow retelling. But I think this was a pretty amazing pick. Not gonna lie. Of course, the next one isn't going to be any surprise to anyone. But I got the Waterstone Special Edition of Hellbent by Leigh Bardugo. This is got the sprayed edge and the controversial dead white rabbit cover. Now, it isn't like an actual rabbit. It is a like artist rendering, so it's a little less uncomfortable. But I loved Ninth House when I read it. Dark academia, mystery, badass, freaking main character called Galaxy. I'm pretty sure. Is it Galaxy? Yes, Galaxy. I was correct. She was just such a great main character, and I just really enjoyed it. I probably will be rereading Ninth House before I pick this up because my memory is shoddy. But I just want to show you, like, but this is full of like secret societies, mystery, amazingness. Like, I'm so excited to get to this one. No surprises there. It's Leigh Bardugo, man. Like, what am I gonna say? The next two are this is my January Waypoint full moon picks. So the first one is A Man and His Cat by Umi Sakurai. Now, this was a recommendation from Abby of Pelennor. She read this, and I love a book about cats. This is a manga, which I haven't read many mangas. The only manga I've read is Death Note, and I feel this is going to be a very different vibe. But I'm okay with that. Like, I'm so excited to get to this. Any cat book tends to make me cry, so I hope this is not going to be sad. The second book that was picked for me was A Venom Dark and Sweet. This is a sequel to A Magic Steeped in Poison, which I cannot find, but I know I have. Like, I have no idea where it is, but it must be somewhere on my shelves because I know I have it. This is a fantasy. As it's a sequel, I'm not going to say too much. I don't remember, but this is also from Titan Books, so it's not going to be all as seems. So that was my second one in my full moon box from Waypoint. We're getting on to the last couple of books, guys. Oh, thank God. So the other book by Grady Hendrix, you're probably thinking, you said you got two, you've only mentioned one. I have picked up How to Sell a Haunted House. Now, the reason I picked this one up is because I love a haunted house story. Love them. They've been kicking ass recently. Like, I really enjoyed Just Like Home by Sarah Gailey. That is a sentient house, kinda. I don't want to give too much away, but I really enjoyed that book. So I think this one has a good chance of me enjoying it. I think it's about how to sell a haunted house. I think. Maybe. Something about it is telling me that that's what it's about. The last two are Fairy Loot books. So this is December's pick, which is an encyclopedia of fairies by Emily Wilds. I don't really know much about it, but I do think I will like it. I think it's like a cottagecore type thing. This is what it looks like. So I think this is stunning. It feels like one of those old witchy, like, grimoire type of things. But I feel like it's going to be cottagecore. It's going to be gothic, maybe, perhaps. That's what the other end paper looks like. So yeah, I thought I'd tell you, like, I'd just add it onto this list, because why not? And then the last book is January's adult fairy loot, and that is The Last Tale of the Flower Bride by Roshni Chokshi. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. But I don't know anything about this, but I think it's going to be another gothic one, perhaps? I have no fucking clue. Magical, fantasy, fairy tale-esque. This sprayed edge, I'm not too much of a big fan of it. I don't think I am. I think maybe once and then flowers. I don't know. Like, I get why, because, like, the face is all over it. I don't know. I don't know, man. Like, I'm not going to display it like this, probably, because, but yeah, that is it. That is the 17 books I have accrued in January. That's a lie. That is a lie. I just lied to you. I'm also receiving in the post, I have bought Prince Harry's memoir, Spare, from W.H. Smith. I had a gift voucher from when I left my previous job, and I thought, fuck it, why not? Because again, everyone's talking about it, so I want to read it. Make up my own opinions on it. But yeah, thank you if you've got this far. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. Comment down below a book stack emoji. I love the book stack emoji because this is a haul after all. And I will see you in my next video. Thanks, guys. Bye!